Hello everyone. So in this video I will be showing you how to import some songs using my method to a TKL performer inside Neverwinter, and it allows for some awesome music inside Neverwinter. Couple people requested this that I do this, so I figure out, okay, I can let's share the love. It's really lots of fun to work on this tool if you're into music like I am, and if you like this kind of stuff, then feel welcome to share my method and enjoy. So, what we will use here? There's a couple things that are a bit complicated, but well, when I started doing fiddling with Performer tool, I started writing down um, notes from YouTube videos like piano covers and stuff like that, but it took a lot of time. So, I will show you a method how to do it using MIDI files. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Okay, MIDI files. So, first thing, we will need some MIDI files. If you will Google like MIDI database, MIDI songs, first thing you will come to is probably this thread. It has lots of MIDI files in it. Check this out. Yeah, it's a huge archive, really huge. So without further ado, let's try and show you how to do it. Let's go with Nightwish, Kingslayer. Okay, so this is our MIDI file, and we will be using a couple things here. AutoHotkey is a macroing program that will help us put our files inside, our notes inside Neverwinter. Then there's Notepad++, we'll use to edit the songs, the notes, and there's this tool, TabNubber. It asks for registration, but it doesn't ask for credit card or any bullshit like that. You can use it for free. There's probably some software that also can do it, so if you found a better way, feel free to share. Oh, and by the way, this method kind of evolves, it constantly evolves. If you found a better way to do something, feel welcome to share, just as I do. Share the love, because it's really super fun to play those songs, to be able to play some of those songs in game. Okay, so let's try it out. Nightwish. We go to our Kingslayer MIDI file, move it here. This one here changes, convert to piano tab, and we have this. So we do not need select tracks first. We need to check this out. Basically, you kind of look over the file and think which instruments you want to play, because Neverwinter has limitation. It can play three instruments. It has drums, flute, and lyre. In my case, piano, because why not? Okay, what we will mark here? I'm using Control key to mark multiple instruments, and just gonna, because right now it has all the MIDI, all the notes the MIDI file contains. So there's some drums. We do not need those because we will not use drums in this example. Just convert it. Okay, let's just copy paste it, and here we use our Notepad++. For our case, I will be using just a piece of music. We do not need to convert everything to show you how it works. Right. Let's grab this part. It's still a lot. It's still quite a long fragment. So let's say the top notes will be a flute and the bottom notes will be a letter, in my case piano. And there's couple limitations here you should be aware. Basically, there's like those three instruments, and there's also 4 tracks and 2 octaves. So we will go through this as we progress with the whole process. The first thing we need to do is limit each of those fragments to a 4 tracks of notes. Let's remove this one and this one. Basically, I'm picking what might be most interesting. At some point you will kind of get general idea which notes might contain most fun, most best notes. Okay, so we have those notes. Let's try them out. Let's see how they play. Play piano tabs as MIDI. We just paste it here. Play piano. You can open it up. Okay, so there's that fragment of a Kingslayer from Nightwish, and let's see. First thing we need to do is remove those things here. What I do here? This is Notepad++. I mark this number that marks the instrument. Go Ctrl F into Find, Replace, and replace it with nothing. This way, okay. And this one also. Okay, and one more thing we'll need to do is to replace our minuses into x's. Alright, why do I do this? Because we will use our, well, it's an Excel file that I designed to help us convert what we got here into a Neverwinter 2 format. And well, Excel doesn't like minuses because it thinks it's when it sees minus as a first letter, it thinks it's a formula and tries to work on it like on a formula, which we do not want to. So just paste it here, go to data, text to columns, next, yeah, sorry, delimited, next. Here we go with this kind of sign. Next. Okay, so basically it converts this as a column delimiter, and we have 2 columns. We go to converter, A2 cell, start at A2, and here we have to deal with our octaves. As you remember, we have only 2, so we'll need to change those. This line is for flute, this line is for piano or lute, whatever. Let's change it. We have only 2 octaves, right? So let's change it like this. You get the idea, right? If not, you will see how it works in a moment and probably start to understand what's up with that. Paste it to Notepad. From Notepad, paste it to last tab, which is transposer. You start in A1, and here you can copy your output. Okay, again to Notepad, grab. You will notice those are essentially our 4 tracks, but they have in between them one tab mark, one tab you will need to replace with nothing, and then you can replace excess back to minuses, and this is our 4-track song. So I will include this file as well. Let's just grab our four tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, one more thing. Since we're using flute, right, we might want to convert those to lowercase letters, because flute can have lots of echo, and lowercase letters are short notes, large uppercase letters are long one, and since we're using flute, sorry, we'll use lowercase letters on the first two tracks and uppercase letters in piano notes. Alright, so what this does, it essentially will type all those notes into Neverwinter when I press Ctrl 1, Ctrl 2, Ctrl 3 or Ctrl 4. It's an AutoHotkey script. You need to have AutoHotkey installed for it to work. We saved it, we run the program, and it runs in the background. You will notice next to your here. Okay, let's go to Neverwinter. Let's name our song Nightwish. Let's go to track 1, record 150. Apply. You notice there's a message metronome applied, right track, and go with this. Oh, sorry, actually I'm in a lute performer, one moment. I'm just gonna grab a flute instead. Okay, new song. Nightwish. Let's go record, metronome, apply. Do not go too high here, because if you go too high here, especially when there's lots of people around, there's gonna be some lag issues, ping issues you will experience. Here I am pressing Ctrl 1. 150 of bits, it's usually good balance. I'm waiting here till it shows me that track 1 is learned. Record 150, apply. I'm pressing right mouse button to increment it every 5. If you press right, it just goes by 1. And if you press left, it increments the tempo by 1, and right mouse button by 5. Okay, so we apply, make sure there's 150 applied to track 2, right track, Ctrl 2. Remember, the reason why it types all those notes is because we have this AutoHotkey program, and it pretty much types for us when we press specific key combination. Okay, let's try to save it. Let me check if I have some free slots. I hope I have this one saved. Okay, let's try it. And now we grab a lute. Now we load this Nightwish song, and we can go record remaining lute notes. Apply 150, right track, Ctrl 3. Almost there. Usually it requires some performance. I have actually quite high performers on my sorcerer. You should have at least 40, let's say, to have a good tempo. I will show you why you need some performance. Well, beside the obvious, right, role-playing aspect. Okay, so this one, there's a button for speed here. At some point, the higher performance you have, the more speed you can use. Um, in my example, to avoid lag, I made it like 150 bits and just gonna increase it to 100. Oh, let's try this one, 165, because then it will go quite slow. Let's try to play it. Alright, so this way, one problem with it is you cannot stop it really. So there's no way. When you start playing a song, you just not need to finish. There's no way to stop it at all. You can even try to relog, and when you come back, it still plays. It's a bit strange like this. But that's it. That's my method. I hope it will help people create great songs, because there's, as you saw, that MIDI library is huge. You can choose from any song, try to adjust it, try to adjust the octaves, sometimes adjust some notes, make notes short, make notes long, use different instruments, add percussion, add the drums. There's lots of fun with it, and it's really great thing to use this method. I hope you will have some fun with it. That's it. Peace.